Okay, everybody, from the work that was produced last week, we are not quite getting our minds around what it is we're supposed to do with these questions. And what you handed up wasn't what I have produced on the sheet here. So I want to talk you through it again. This is a dimensioning exercise where we put measurements on the drawing. These lines that are coming off the drawing here are what we call leader lines, and they must go from the end of the drawing here and lead away from it, hence their names. They get very, very close to the actual drawing, but they do not touch it. The next leader line that we have is coming off this corner here, and then the next leader line that we have is off that corner there. Then we draw a light line between those there, which is ultimately going to form our dimension line. You then draw very, very small arrowheads at the end of the line, coming onto the leader line here and onto the leader line here. And then midway along the dimension, we put in our guidelines and you print in what the dimension is. Anything less than that is not acceptable, it is wrong. That is the only way that you dimension a drawing. So if your drawing is not like that, go back over it, rub out the work that you've done and put it in correct this time. Now, you can see that that there is dimensioned as shown, and the one directly below it. Now, this is a little bit more complicated because there's a lot more features associated with it. But the same rule applies. The leader lines come off the corners, then we draw our dimension line and we put the arrowheads on that. And then outside the dimension lines, you put in your guidelines for printing in the dimensions, and the dimensions must be printed in incredibly neatly on the drawing. So bear that in mind when you're producing that work, and if it does not look like what I have here shown in this particular drawing, rub it out and do it again. Okay, so after you have dimensioned the drawing correctly and you have done number 5 and number 6 and all those measurements are in place. Now again, don't forget the radius 8. It's difficult to see there after it's been coloured in. So once you have the dimensions put on both number 5 and number 6, what I want you to do then for today's class is I want you to colour in the drawings in the same way that I've done that there. So you can colour in the truck green, yellow and black. The fireplace over here, we're going to make that look like it has a timber top and a stone front, so we'll colour that brown and grey. And the camera, now there's not a line indicated there across the camera, so draw in a line there with your pencil and colour this bit in black and the button black. And then the lens just gives it a bit of variety there and makes it a little bit more realistic. And then this one here, you can colour in a turquoise or whatever colour you have nearest to that. I'm going to leave the top one to yourselves, so you can colour that in whatever colour you want. Now, when you are applying the colour to the drawings, make sure that you go hard on the colouring pencils to limit the amount of white paper showing through. We want nice bright colour with no white paper coming through. So that's what I want you to do today. Go back over the dimensioning. Make sure you have the dimension correct exactly as I have it there on the sheet. Nothing else will do. No other variation of that is acceptable. Then go down and dimension this one and then colour in and shade in all the drawings on the sheet. Tomorrow then we will look at how we go about dimensioning the truck, the fireplace and the camera, and that completes today's lesson.